Hi friends, welcome to another session of Family Story Times on Race and Diversity from the Red Bank Public Library, and I am Sira Williams. I'm the children's librarian. I'm really happy that you're here today, and I want to share 3 happy things with you before we get started. Number 1 happy thing is that I'm back at the library. You might recognize it. We've been working from home for so long, so it feels really good to be here. I want you to stay tuned to our Facebook page and our website so you can get the lowdown on what's going on. Number 2 happy thing is that this program seems to be getting some really good feedback, so I really appreciate that. I thank you for it, and once again, I'm happy that you're here. And the 3rd thing is that I'm going to read a really special story for you today. It's one of my favorites. And I hope that you like it too and that you get some good takeaways from it, because the point of this program is to be a conversation starter for you and your family. So you can talk about race awareness and diversity and really current events and things that are going on in the world, in this country, and in your community. Okay, so that's where we're at, and I want to get started by asking the kids. Hey kids, you may not know it, but your parents and the people that care about you want you to be happy. I know it doesn't always seem that way, but it's true. They want you to be happy and healthy, and they want you to grow up strong and able to reach your full potential. We talked about that before. Everyone wants that for their children. We have big dreams for you guys. But in order for that to happen, we need to prepare you. And we need to make sure that you grow up strong in your mind and your body and your spirit. That's what we're talking about today. Mind, body, spirit. Mind, body, spirit. So to be strong in your mind means that you're always ready to learn for your whole life long. So this is what I want you to remember. The more you know, the more you grow. You've heard that before, right? You could say it with me. The more you know, the more you grow. Keep that in mind and stay strong in your mind. Number 2 is to be strong in your body. So what do you think that means? Why don't you show me your muscles? Go ahead, let me see your muscles. Oh my gosh, I think I just saw something. All right, look at this. Does that look like a giant bulging muscle? That's not my real muscle. But it doesn't matter, because being strong in your body is not about having giant muscles. It's about taking care of yourself. So what do you need to do to be healthy? You need to eat good food, get exercise, get some good rest and sleep so that your body can grow. There's lots of good things that you can do to stay healthy, and you can talk about it. But what I want you to remember is healthy body, healthy life. Healthy body, healthy life. You got it? Okay, because we're going to move on to the 3rd thing. That's really what we're going to focus on today, and that's being strong in your spirit. And your spirit is that little spark. That fire that's inside of you that makes you who you are. It's what you are deep down in your heart. And do you know that there is billions and billions, almost 8 billion people in this world, but there's only one you? It's true. And that makes you so very special. So when you're strong in your spirit, you know you're special. You believe in yourself. You are comfortable in your skin. No matter what your skin looks like, if it's brown or white or covered in freckles, if you're tall or short or big or small, you are comfortable with who you are. And you're good with that. When you're strong in your spirit, you're brave. You try new things, even though they might be hard, because you know that if you put your mind to something and you try your hardest, you could do it. And you know when you do that and you get it done, doesn't it feel great? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The last thing I want to talk about being strong in spirit is important. You know the difference between right and wrong. And you have the courage to stand up for what's right and to speak out for what's right. And that is really what we need in this world right now. because there's so many images on the media and on social media and stories circulating about people that are getting hurt and traumatized because of the color of their skin, because of where they come from, because of how they identify. Whatever it is, it's not right. It's just not right, and we need people who will stand up and fight for themselves and fight for other people. And you have to be strong in spirit to be able to do that. And so it's our job as role models for you to help you learn and grow and become strong in your mind, in your body, and your spirit. Okay? I want to read a story for you right now. This is about a little girl who really is not strong in her spirit. She doesn't believe in herself. She doesn't feel like she fits in. And at least that's how she feels at the beginning of the story. We're going to see how that feels to be someone like that, and then find out what she does or what happens to turn that situation around from her. And then we'll talk about it afterwards. The book is called Sulwe. It's by Lupita Nyong'o. She's an actress that you might recognize from the movie Black Panther. Good movie. But she wrote this, and this is a good book. And it's illustrated by Vashti Harrison. And the illustrations are so beautiful. And they complement the story so well. I want to make sure that you can see them. So I might wiggle around here for a minute to make sure I'm holding the book right. Here it is. Sulwe was born the color of midnight. She looked nothing like her family, not even a little, not even at all. Mama was the color of dawn, Baba the color of dusk, and Mish, her sister, was the color of high noon. Hardly anyone at school looked like Sulwe either. People gave her sister Mish pet names like Sunshine and Ray and Beauty. People gave Sulwe names like Blackie, Darky, and Night. And Sulwe felt hurt every time. So she hid away while her sister made lots of friends. Sulwe dreamed of being the same color as her sister. She wanted friends too. Oh, I meant to show you something. You probably noticed. The kids that were being mean to her and making fun of her and laughing at her, they have brown skin too, don't they? So this story has lessons in it for everybody. It says she got the biggest eraser she could find and tried to rub off a layer of her darkness. And that hurt. She crept into Mama's room and helped herself to her makeup. Oh no, she would hear about this from Mama. Because look what she did. She spilled it all on the floor. Then Sulwe decided to work from the inside out and ate only the lightest, brightest foods. With a stomach ache, she went to bed early and turned to God for a miracle. Dear Lord, why do I look like midnight when my mother looks like dawn? Please make me as fair as the parents I am from. I want to be beautiful, not just to pretend. I want to have daylight. I want to have friends. If you hear me, my Lord, and would like to comply, may I wake up as bright as the sun in the sky? When Mama came in to wake her for school the next morning, Sulwe rose to find not a trace of daylight in her midnight skin. Sulwe told Mama everything. Mama asked, "What's your name?" "Sulwe," she muttered. "And what does it mean?" "Star," she whispered. Brightness is not in your skin, my love. Brightness is just who you are. And as for beauty, Mama said, rubbing Sulwe's stomach the way she always did to comfort her, you are beautiful. Sulwe sighed. Well, you're beautiful to me, but you can't rely on what you look like to make you feel beautiful, my sweet. Real beauty comes from your mind and your heart. It begins with how you see yourself, not how others see you. Now up you get and out you go. Well, how could she, as dark as she was, have brightness in her? How could she have beauty when no one but her mother seemed to see it? How could she be a star? That night, a shooting star appeared at Sulwe's window. "The night sent me," the star said. "Come with me." And Sulwe hopped onto the star and off they went. And now this book gets magical. "Long ago, at the beginning of time," said the star, "there was night and day, and they were sisters. They loved each other very much, but people didn't treat the sisters the same. People gave day pet names like lovely, nice, and pretty. People gave night names like scary, bad, and ugly. And she felt hurt every time. Well, night got fed up and walked right off the earth. Day stayed behind and enjoyed making everybody happy. But then day grew too long. Day began to really miss her sister. So did everyone else. There had to be a way to get her back. Day set off to find Night. And she did. "I miss you," said Day. "I miss you too," said Night, "but you don't know what it's like to be treated badly for being dark." "You're right, I don't," Day replied. "But what I do know is that we need you just the way you are. Come and see." Night returned and the people rejoiced. "We need the darkest night to get the deepest rest. We need you so that we can grow and dream and keep our secrets to ourselves." The stars chimed in. "Brightness isn't just for daylight. Light comes in all colors, and some light can only be seen in the dark." While day had a golden glow, with night everything had a silver sheen, elegant and fine. Day told her sister, "When you are darkest is when you're most beautiful. It's when you are most you." Could it be that night did not need to change? Not even a little? Not even at all? Now that day and night were back together, a little bit of night returned to day in the form of shadows, and a little bit of day returned to night in the form of moonlight. They were inseparable from that moment on and promised to celebrate the brightness in each other, whether people chose to see it or not. "You see," the star explained, "we need them both, on their sunniest day and their darkest night, and every shade in between. Together they make the world we know, light and dark, beautiful and strong." Well, Sulwe rose the next morning, beaming. There would be no hiding anymore. She belonged out in the world, dark and beautiful, bright and strong. And if she ever needed a reminder of her brightness, she could look up at the sky on the darkest night to see for herself. Sulwe felt beautiful, inside and out. The end. Isn't that a nice story? I love it. It actually made me cry the first time I read it because it has such a good message that we have to love the skin we're in and all the shades of you and me and everything in between. And we need to find that spark, that light inside of us that makes us who we are. Did you notice at the end of the book? Oh my goodness, how bright and strong she looks. Can't you tell how strong her spirit is in this picture? Especially compared to the beginning of the book when she looks so sad, like her little spirit was being crushed because kids were making fun of her and she didn't feel like she belonged. She was comparing herself to other people. And that is not good. She had to go on a magical journey to find her spark. and to become strong in her spirit. And that's probably not going to happen for us. So what can we do to strengthen ourselves in those times when we're not feeling our best? We've got to connect with each other. And my idea is that we should share our stories. Remember, we learned that when we're feeling different and apart from each other, if we talk and we share our stories, a lot of times we find out we're more alike than we are different. It's true. But Sulwe didn't have the courage to do that in this book. She did not feel strong enough to share her story with the kids that were making fun of her. Because what does it feel like when somebody makes fun of you? Or when someone tells a joke and then everybody's laughing at you? Or a bully is picking on you? It really hurts, doesn't it? It can hurt deep down inside. And if you start to believe what people say about you, then you stop believing in yourself. And you start to lose your confidence and you lose your joy. And you can start to really be hurt in your mind and your body and your spirit. And the crazy thing is that things don't even have to happen directly to you. But those images that you see on TV, those stories that you see on social media, the pictures and rumors that you hear about things happening to people that look like you, that hurts. It's not happening to you, but it hurts you every time. Every time you hear those stories and see those pictures and videos, it hurts you deep down inside because you know it could happen to you. And it hurts even more when you realize that nobody's really doing anything to make it better. So maybe people don't care about you. And that's a terrible feeling. We don't want people to feel like that. That's why we need people to become strong in spirit so they will stand up, because we can't wait anymore for somebody else to stand up and make a difference with all these problems that are happening today. Because it's not happening. We have to be the ones. We have to be the ones to be brave and to dig deep and to take a stand for justice and equality. Do you remember when we read last week about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and how he led people to protest and march and fight for justice for 10 years? We talked about how long that was, 10 years. You have to be so strong in your spirit and also in your mind and your body to stay in a fight that long. But that was their fight and they did it. And now it's our turn. We have to be the ones. And so that's what we're focusing on. And I want to wrap up by asking you, the adults and the kids who are watching this, have you ever felt like you don't fit in? Has anything ever happened, or has anyone ever said anything that made you feel hurt deep down inside? And if so, what did you do about it? Did you say anything or do anything? Because a lot of times those situations can be really uncomfortable and sometimes scary. And it's hard to stand up and say anything or tell somebody what's going on. But this is what I want you to do. I want you to share your stories. Because grown-ups understand these feelings. These things happen even when you're an adult. Plus, they remember a lot of things from when they were kids. So I predict that if you share your stories in your own families about these things and you answer these questions, I think you're going to see that you have a lot of things in common, and maybe you've had some similar experiences. And I'm going to hope that you will talk about maybe what you can do in the future when things like that happen. So parents can give some guidance on how kids can react when somebody says something or does something that's not right, or they see somebody who's being treated in a way that might crush their little spirit. What can you do? What can you say? Because if you feel prepared about it, then you won't hesitate. You'll just do it. You'll stand up and do the right thing. So that's what we need to do. We need to focus on being our best self. We need to focus on our mind, our body, and our spirit. We need to focus on connecting with other people and sharing our stories so we know that we have things in common and that we should help each other. We need to stand up for what's right. And if I do that, and you do that, and he does that, and she does that, and they do that, and we do that, then guess what? Before you know it, we're going to be making a difference. And wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? I think so. So that's what I want to leave you with today, except for one thing. When I do story times with little people, I like to do songs and activities and movements and throw something in there to shake it up for them. And I looked online, but I couldn't find anything that really went with the discussion I wanted to have today. So I made something up. I used my creativity. I made up a little poem, song, and I'm going to be brave and share it with you and see what you think. You can let me know. Here it goes. You're going to catch it real quick. It goes, mind, body, spirit, together is me. Mind, body, spirit, the best I can be. Learn and grow, stay healthy and strong. Believe in myself, 'cause I belong. Mind, body, spirit, together is you. Mind, body, spirit, 'cause you're special too. So learn and grow, be healthy and strong. Believe in yourself, 'cause you belong. Mind, body, spirit, let's work to get along. High five. I did it. I messed up a little bit. It's kind of like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Mind, body, spirit. I'll keep practicing it. Maybe it'll get stuck in your head and you'll practice it too. I hope you take that with you, the book that we read, the discussion that we have, and you have good conversations in your home. Stay engaged with what's going on in the world and in your community, and keep the conversations going. I hope I see you next time. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, be well, and here's my sign: peace and love. Take care.